So if you are like me, you are extremely hyped for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, especially after that State of Play trailer. In today's video, we're going to be going over every single detail that video has to offer. We're going to dissect it. We're going to go frame by frame and just see what we can get out of it, because there's some interesting details in the trailer and we're just going to have a real good time. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I have got you covered with timestamps, which is very important in today's video because we're going to be pause champing a lot during this. I'm going to segment all of the things that we talk about with timestamps, so if there's a certain bit you want to go to, feel free to do so, whatever floats your boat. All I ask is for you to hit the thumbs up button. So with that being said, let's just get straight into it, right? We're going to change scenes here. And first, before we go into the trailer itself, I do want to talk about the blogs posts that we got up. There's two here I want to talk about. We've got the PlayStation blog one, which is a interview with the developers and just answering some questions. And then we've got the Square Enix blog as well, which is going over like all the little details in the trailer, just kind of going into a little bit more detail with them. So a few things to take away from here is that I'm going to briefly kind of run through this as fast as I can, and I'll leave links below if you want to read it for yourself. So basically, they are saying that this game is going to be massive. There's over 100 hours of content. They said that all the side content is double the amount of the main story content, and that stuff like summons will have their own quests to do. And there are summons in this game that have never been seen in Final Fantasy VII before. So that is very interesting. A few other things that they talk about is the mini games. We're getting them all here, and you unlock them along the way. Some more things that they talked about was the fact that you can go back at any place that you visited at any time. You're not going to be gated like Final Fantasy VII Remake. When you get to a certain part of Midgar, you can't go back and backtrack. Here you have free reign to do what you want, and that is very, very nice. There are many locations in this game, though we didn't see Rocket Town, we didn't see Sid, and I don't think we're going to see Rocket Town and Sid. I'm sticking to my guns with that one. I think we'll see that in part 3, because we're also going to Wutai in part 3, and this game is ending in the Forgotten Capital, but the places we visit along the way are out of order, and we'll see that when we look at the trailer. A few other things that were talked about, and you've got to excuse my excitement. I'm just too excited. I can't even say the damn words. But there's about porting over saves. There is no kind of like carryover of statistics, but you do get some materia. Some of materia, I think it's Leviathan and Ramu, based on what save you have. So if you just have a remake, you get one of them. If you have an integrate save, then you have both of them. So that's really nice. The soundtrack of the music, they're just saying be very excited for all of the rearrangements. We can see that Sephiroth is indeed playable, which is nice. What else have we got here? I think they were just talking about, I think that's everything I want to cover. They said something about characters not being playable, and I just think that's going to be aimed at Vincent, because we did see it at that trailer. So let's get rid of that, and we will go straight over to the trailer, and we're going to have a real good time. I'm watching the State of Play trailer because it's in 4K. It's the one that's in crisp quality, and I'm going to put my headphone in so I can actually listen. We're not necessarily going to listen to the dialogue in this one. We are going to just dive in and look at it by frame and talk about what we've got here. So let's just go straight off the bat here.
The world's ending. At least that's what everyone's saying.
So this is basically Midgar from the other trailer. Do you know where it's like the motorway has been destroyed? It looks like the plate has still fallen here. One thing I do want to note, if we go back a few frames, is we see a familiar character number 1, which is, there we go, in the corner just here, and that is Almera. So I don't know if this is the first time Zack and Almera ever meet, but they certainly meet and they exchange some dialogue when Zack is asking what on earth is going on. Same question we have. Also, another thing to note is here, this is the orphanage, right? And you'd think that this would be decorated with flowers. Like, I don't know where time frames are at. So let's say if this is happening straight after Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, when he makes it back to Midgar, you would expect this orphanage to be covered in flowers. And in fact, the whole of Sector 6, is it Sector 6? Sector 6? it says Sector 6, would be, you know, lavishing in we're coming from Aerith's house and it should be flowers everywhere. So that's a question amongst itself as well. Where are the flowers? We're supposed to be following the flowers, and it looks like we've got a few of the yellow petals here, which is unique because follow the flowers, and that just floats off into the distance.
I don't like it.
So straight off the bat, we have Junon. So let's go and back the frames and have a look at Junon as a whole here. You have to bear with me. I might do some jump cuts here and there. But look at this. This looks beautiful. We can see the high wind just here, and it looks pretty awesome. I don't think we're going to see much of the high wind. We're probably going to see it. Maybe we'll get like a cameo of Sid maybe doing some work on it maybe. I don't know. But Junon looks fantastic. The cannon, the horizon in the distance, the fact that it's up against a massive cliff. What a place that we're going to be exploring. And of course, we have got the Rufus kind of induction ceremony for him being the new president that we're going to dive into now.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome to the New World Order.
New World Order.
Fire!
And there's nothing like celebrating being the new president and then blasting off the cannon. Now, it looks like minigames are all going to be here. It said it in the interview, and one of them is this, the ceremony itself, and Cloud not looking inconspicuous at all with his Buster Sword there, which is crazy, which tells me that we may go into a battle or something after this, or they're going to change things up. You would think he would leave his sword just to really kind of fit the role of the Shinra soldier. But this is going to be very interesting. It's a little bit not like the original, if that makes sense. So what they're going to do with this one is you're going to control the whole crowd because you are the leader of the pack, which is going to be very exciting. And I'm sure there'll be different outcomes with whatever you decide to do. Now, I'm going to stick on this frame because there's something very, very interesting here, especially ones that are looking at multiple timelines and alternate stamps in particular, because I've noticed just here, I can't really zoom in at the moment, but I could zoom in actually. Let's see if we can do that. If we look just here, I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. You will notice just here, there is the Beagle stamp. So take that as you will. It'd be very interesting to see what that means going forward. Is that just there edited on purpose? Is that going to actually be Materia stamp when we play the game? Who knows? But I thought I would, you know, point it out. So let's fit that back to the screen and carry on with a bit more of the trailer. Very excited. I'm so hyped, guys. So let's play more.
Just close your eyes and listen.
So
Tell me.
again, pause champ. Let's go back a few frames. We have our first bit of exploration here, very briefly. Let's see if I can, there we go. So this, I would say on a whim, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree, this is the Gongaga reactor, which goes against what I said. I said that we wouldn't be visiting Gongaga, but I guess my point could stay true. Maybe we don't visit the actual town because it's a rundown town. Maybe we just go to the reactor because there is a summon here available. Maybe this is a side quest. We can see that there's a marker for 86 meters, so I assume that something's here. I don't know if that exclamation mark is main story quest, but I would say without a shadow of a doubt this is the Gongaga reactor.
Close your eyes and listen.
And then we're going to go straight onto here as well. This is underneath Junon. We can see that these are the buildings. We're going across a bridge to go to this nice little port town. And you can see just down here, you've got the beach here where we will probably fight Bottomswell. No idea if we're going to be having the whole Princella section, but we'll see. I've got another theory on that. But we got Cosmo Canyon. If you didn't know, it's right there in big letters. Welcome to Cosmo Canyon. It's very unique because it's here and it's during the daytime. In the OG, it was nighttime. Maybe we're going to have a night scene where they all sit around the flame, but I'm very interested to see the caves underneath as well. But Cosmo Canyon looks fantastic, and we can see, I guess answering my last question, this probably does mean main story. We can see that there's a custom marker just here. We have a notice board here, which looks like we're going to get a lot of side quests, maybe some monster hunts and stuff. And we've got the materia shop, item shop, and then here, I believe this is probably some kind of mechanism that takes you between levels of a town or something. So there's going to be some kind of elevator that we can go, or lift that can go up and down. So that is nice to see.
You can't hear that. Hurrah!
Okay, pausing again. This seems to be near, I would like to say this is near the Junon area. I'm not too sure. We've got a lighthouse up here with some flying birds as well and some kind of like fort there. But we've got a lot of ships. It looks like we're getting our own version of the ship graveyard here in Final Fantasy VII because we've got a big ship just here on the left-hand side. So that's really nice to see. More areas to explore is also very good for me. So there's that. And then in here, we got a new area. Now, we know further into this trailer, it looks like we're going to be going to Mideel. And with us playing Ever Crisis as well, in the first Soldier chapters, we are visiting the Radia regions. And that's what maybe this area might be part of as well, with the lighthouse and stuff. We are learning about the Radia area. And we can see that it's this lush kind of beach area. And we can look around. I'm just going to turn the volume down just a little bit so I don't get cut out by that volume. And I should have some music playing in the background as well. But this area looks very, very nice. I can't really notice anything too much in the background. But this area is, I think, Mount Corel. I think Mount Corel is going to be this just big... You have the reactor part that you pass. And I think we're going to pass the reactor. And then you've got this big open space, and this is where the flashback for Diane and Barrett happened, essentially, is the area I'm talking about. So if we get to see a bit more of the gameplay here.
We can overcome our fate.
And I've not really talked about any of the combat. Combat looks incredible. We've got team-up attacks on that blog that I talked about. That it does have the name of some of these team-up attacks, and we know that these can be leveled up through a skill tree as well. But here we have a bit of the Nibelheim flashback, which I'm excited to see.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even?
Really excited to see Cloud's perspective on this.
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth.
And here,
Think you can find him? Oh!
Cait Sith, and I will take the L and I'll talk about that in just a second. But Cait Sith is here. No idea where this is, but we can see that in the OG, it's Cloud and Aerith that meet Cait Sith in the Wonder Square. Now here looks a bit more formal. Maybe it's the museum area in the Gold Saucer. But it looks like the dialogue that's being spoken is he's saying, I'm a fortune teller. And if we go back, he's saying like, what can you tell about him? So if we go back.
Come our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth.
This is his question.
Think you can find him?
There we go. That's it.
Oh!
So he's asking him to do some fortune telling to find Sephiroth. And he's going, oh, Sephiroth, because obviously we know this is Reeve. And a new kind of thing that they wrote about Cait Sith is obviously that he's with the party for unknown reasons. He tags along somehow, but he does provide information to the party about Shinra, which is interesting. And that might explain why Barrett's here, because Barrett hates Shinra with a passion. So he may be like, we need this guy on board. So we've got some more. And here we go. Look, we have Cait Sith in action. I will take the L quite happily in me saying that he wouldn't be playable. He looks absolutely amazing here, and I really can't wait to dive in. A few things to note while we're on this screen is that we can see that the Moogle isn't always traversable. I don't think while we're walking through the world, he is going to be on that Moogle. We can see that because there's a little icon just here. And I think it's a battle stance because this has changed to dropkick, and I believe before that it said mount. If we go back, oh, so it says Kitty Wallop, which is a move. Oh, there was a few names there. Let's go back. We've seen a few things there. So we had a couple of attacks there. So for Cait Sith, we had Let's Ride, Lucky Roll, and Dodge and Dive. So take that as you will, but there is another scene where it has him saying mount, so we can mount upon the Moogle for more attacks. Maybe it's two different stances, because we learned a bit more about Red 13 as well, having like a defensive and an offensive stats, filling up two different bars. So it's really interesting to see what Cait Sith has to offer.
Did you? What are you talking about?
Also, that area looks like to be near Mount Nibel. The only reason I say that is because of these mountains just where I'm blocking. So if I just move me, just here, look. over there, Mount Nibel by the looks of it. So we're probably on the Cosmos Canyon side, I would say. Maybe. That would be interesting, to say so, the list.
What are you talking about?
This is where things get very exciting. We have traversal. They mentioned that we can traverse the buggy. It goes over big, desolate desert areas, and it can go over shallow rivers, much like the original. And I guess it's treating the coral desert, or the underneath. I don't even think it's going to be under Gold Saucer, because looking at this area here, I can't see any shadows of the Gold Saucer or anything like that. I might be wrong, but I think that the Coral Desert is going to be a big area with loads of places that we can go to, and obviously using the buggy is going to be a lot further. Maybe there's some side quests and some secrets here and there, but seeing the buggy here is incredible, and we can exit it at any time, which is really nice.
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
So more traversal, and I believe that was Hojo speaking as well. But if we go back, we have a mounting Chocobo here, the black Chocobo, and we can see that this can traverse certain walls by the looks of it, and this looks to be near that kind of ship area we seen earlier, and anywhere we see this black Chocobo marking, or maybe it'll just be the arrows, will signal to us that we can go up here if we have the black Chocobo. Whether this is related to Chocobo breeding, who knows? I'm really excited, but they did mention that certain regions have certain Chocobos, and maybe as we go through the game and we can go back to certain areas, we can take different Chocobos and go back to unexplored areas. That will really add to the exploration of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm all for it. Again, I think this is the Mount Coral area. Maybe the reactor is behind these mountains somewhere, and we come here, and if we look, we can see that we are gliding with like a turquoise Chocobo, teal maybe, but this area I would say is probably Mount Coral, and we can see that we got these little things here, right? Maybe this keeps us our air momentum. Maybe we can't free fly, and that we need to kind of find these boost pads, because there is one big one that we might see later in the trailer, or it might have been a screenshot or something, and that will give us the momentum, and then we can glide up and down and use that, and then use these fans to our advantage, which will take me back to, I believe, where is the Cait Sith stuff here? Just here. We can see just here, look, we got them here as well. So it looks like we can do a lot of things with the Chocobos, getting across these places and stuff like that. Very excited to see what that brings to the table. So I think that's everything with the Chocobos. Oh, I've got a segue to the Segway, right? We're in Costa del Sol, baby. And this confirms a few things. The fact that we have Segways, we have a lot of NPCs about. We can also see, if I just pause, just in this corner here, this is the ship that we came over to Costa del Sol through. We can't see Junon in the distance, so it makes the world seem that much more bigger. Segway, distance traveled, tied to a trophy, maybe, we'll see. But it looks like Costa del Sol is going to be expanded on. If we've got a Segway to go around Costa del Sol, I should imagine it's going to be quite expanded in the way it is presenting itself. Very excited.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Okay, little bit of story here. I'm just going to go straight on with a theory, a bit of a wild one. We see these three hooded figures, right? What if Yazoo, Loz, and Kaz? What if, man? What if? Probably not. Maybe one's Roche, because we know that he may suffer from degradation soon. But this is the Mideel Doctor.
Soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived.
Which links to me talking about the beach area that I was on about. So that's really, really cool to see that we're going to be going to Mideel, it looks like. I would be interested to see your guys' opinions on that. And we can see a little bit of a story thing. It looks like Sephiroth takes form of one of these clones while Cloud is in Mideel, because this isn't real. He's probably seeing another thing. We can tell it's still Mideel because of the Doctor here in the background. So, yes. So Midgar, Zolom, Bottomswell. For some reason, when I first watched this, I was like, oh, Leviathan! And I don't know why I said that. But we've got some team-up attacks here as well on this beach area. We've also got a team-up attack with
On me.
with everyone's team attacks here, and we're going to go back and go through all this as well. So once this is finished, very excited. Alexander, let's go back to just here. So Bottomswell fight takes place on lower Junon, though I can't see Princella anywhere. Maybe my running theory straight off the bat is that lower Junon are struggling. They have their own port, their own little dock, man-made dock, as we can see if I... Midgar Zolom, by the way. So here, we can see a boat in the background, like a man-made dock, and we're underneath Junon. Maybe Junon don't get any supplies from Upper Junon. They need to ship out from other places, so they've got their own thing. And maybe they've been like, well, we've had to stop production. Oh, you want to get to Upper Junon? We know a way, but we need some help from you first. Our trade routes has been blocked off by this monster that's been bothering us. Can you go check out the dock? No one dares to go there. Maybe that where Princella is, and maybe there is a dolphin scene there. Don't know if we're going to get CPR though. They did say all the mini games are going to be here, so we'll see. So that's the Bottomswell fight, which will be very interesting. Team up attack with Yuffie and Barrett, which is nice. A combination of like Big Shot and the ninjutsu. Again on this beach area, which is nice. So is there anything of notice in the background here that we can pick up any ideas of where any kind of location? Oh yes, I know. We've got a gate here, so this looks like it's going to be a segmented area, this beach area. Maybe that's where they're going to tackle loading. They're going to have gates like this that will load areas. So we'll see. That's just a little bit of an inkling on there. What else have we got? That was Yuffie's. What's going off there with the image? It's so weird. It like glitches out for a frame. Very interesting. But yeah, we got a gate in the background by the looks of it, so take that as you will. But yeah, I think this is the Mideel area. And then we've got a team up attack between Cait, Sith and Aerith, and we can see that the mount command is here as well. So you're probably thinking, well, if it's going to be mounting on the Moogle, why is he on the Moogle already? I just assume this is part of the team up attack and he hasn't actually mounted yet, maybe. I don't know. Oh, we got background as well. Oh, look at that. That's a nice screen grab that I've got there. But what area are we in here? That's what I'm interested about. I think this is also the Mount Nibel area, because I believe I've seen this building in a different scene. So yes, team up attacks looking incredible. Yeah, this is Mount Nibel, look, with all the spiky mountains. And there is some kind of building in the background there. Can we get a glimpse of that? No, not really. But there's a nice little waterfall there as well. I don't know if you can see that. Fantastic.
On me.
And then, of course, we have Cloud and Sephiroth during the Nibelheim flashback fighting the Materia Keeper. This looks like the Materia Keeper, and I'm sure you can agree, because the area looks very similar as well. If we kind of get a different angle here, we can see all the pipes and stuff that we do, the little pipes. Sephiroth looks so lavishing there. But I think we can, yeah, you can see all the pipes here in the background, the Mako pipes. So this is my theory. This supports my not going to Rocket Town thing. So why would you have a Materia Keeper fight here? Obviously, we go through the Materia caves to get to the Nibelheim reactor in the flashback. So they're going to have such an expanded scene. The flashback is going to be way expanded, is basically what I'm saying. And we're going to have the Materia Keeper fight. And we are not going to have the Materia Keeper fight in the current day playing through as the party. You'll see where I'm getting at. So basically, we're not going to be going through Mount Carol. I think we're going to go to Nibelheim, and then we're going to hit a roadblock. We're not going to be able to get to the other side of the mountains to go to Rocket Town. There's going to be something that happens that takes us either to the Temple of the Ancients, or it takes us back to the Gold Saucer or something like that, or Gongaga. That's what I'm going with, just seeing Materia Keeper right here. Alexander, looks like this is being fought in the simulator just because of the background we've got here. So Chadley returns. This is Kujata. I can't really pronounce the name. I was saying Titan for some reason when I've seen this. Odin as well. Absolutely smashing apart the Midgar Zolom by the looks of it. If we can get a good glimpse at that. Let's have a look. We get a glimpse. He's going towards... Yeah, we're in the marshlands. There's the Midgar Zolom. So, let's do it. Very excited. And of course, we go into the gold saucer. And we do get a bit of a glimpse of like what the lower coral town looks like. So it looks like the gold saucer is surrounded by mountains. Looking at this. And then obviously down here we've got all like the support structure and stuff happening. But look at the gold saucer, man. Very, very nice. Chocobo Square. Battle Square confirmed. So we definitely got to have the battle arena here. And then Andrade returns, Andrea. We also see that's Dio as well. So I'm assuming that they're gonna have he's gonna have some kind of rivalry with Andrea. We can see Tifa, we can see Yuffie in a nice little gown. So maybe they've got some kind of a Wutai event on, and she wants to pay. You know what I mean? That's her due diligence. That's what she's about. So maybe we got a bit there. Maybe another dress scene where we can pick the dress. Chocobo racing. The battle arena using the OG sprites or the 3D models. G-bike.
Excuse me.
And then a bit more story here.
Friend, just for a bit.
Which is nice. And then let's have a little zoom out. Ooh, who could this be? We'll talk about that in a second. But look at this. Look, there's a big event. All these people in the crowd cheering. All the soldiers here. Can't really see Cloud leading the pack here. So I don't know where he is during this. Can't really see him anywhere. Which is fine. But we can see in the background this hooded figure. Is he there during the intro bit, actually? Let's have a look. So here, is he here?
World order.
It doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go back to here. So we can see him in the background. I think this is Glenn, just straight off the bat, just because we're getting introduced to his character. And it's the only person I can really relate it to. Whether he has a history with Rufus, we don't know.
Tutelary creatures.
Weapon?
Said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
No idea what's happening there because we don't see the weapons until the Northern Crater, and we're not going to the Northern Crater, or so we think in this game. Even though it might end in the Forgotten Capital, maybe we are going to the Northern Crater first. Who knows? But we can hit. It's Red 13 talking about this, so maybe this could be like another simulation in the Cosmo Canyon bit because this is very CG looking, not in-game. And of course, Vincent is here, and he's not going to be playable by the looks of it, which is nice. And then we're finishing off the trailer with a lot of remake things, and Sephiroth has hair on his nose. So wow, like so much packed in here. It's absolutely crazy. February 29th, the day that you'll only see every 4 years, and they went with it, and you can pick up all this awesome stuff ready for Rebirth. Pre-orders are live, things are going crazy. I want to quickly go back to here. If we go back to the website, I just wanted to look at some of these screenshots just to see if we can get a bit more context. So we can see here, they've actually got it hidden by the looks of it. But yeah, we can't see the Beagle stamp poster, but we can see a cardboard cutout of Rufus there. But you can't see my cursor at the moment, so I should imagine that you know what I'm on about. And we can also see at the top there, we have Materia and Weapon Shop, or Accessory and Weapon Shop. So we've got a bit more of the Chocobos climbing up here. We've got the flying Chocobos. Red 13 is on a Chocobo here, which is awesome. And this was the boost pad that I was on about as well. Let me just see if I can bring my cursor up so we can have a look at it. Don't want display capture. Properties, capture cursor, boom. So you can see my cursor now. But here, this is where you kind of take off on the Chocobos. Gives you a bit of a momentum. And you use those yellow things that you can just see behind the wing here to kind of keep that momentum. Buggy, again, very excited for that. It's probably going to take mechanics from... oh, wait a minute. Who have we got in here, actually? Oh, we got Yuffie by looks of it. Aerith, Tifa, Barrett, and Cloud at the helm there. So very excited to traverse. Probably going to take some physics from Final Fantasy 15, I should imagine. We have the wheelie, what they're calling it in here, which is nice, going around Costa del Sol. G-Bike returns, Chocobo Racing, and this, very excited to see that. Bottomswell, which looks like an awesome fight, and this is, will this be our way up into Upper Junon like the original? We'll see, but I don't think we're going to go up via Dolphin. Some battle scenes here, just talking about the battle system. We can see some nice battle scenes here, Cloud and Sephiroth, and we can see that it looks like the Cloud model they used in the first Rebirth trailer was indeed a placeholder. We got the young Cloud model here with both pauldrons on there, which is nice. More battle scenes looking absolutely beautiful. Team up attacks, so Cloud and Sephiroth, double helix, Yuffie Barrett, Ninja Carbine, Aerith and Cat Sith, Kitty Cannonade, and then talking about the summons, Alexander, Odin, and then just a bit of a screenshot gallery from the trailer that we've just seen. So much to take in. It's a long video. I'm hoping we can dissect it. We dissected it well, and you guys have enjoyed the time. I'm interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. I'll take the L happily on Cait Sith being in the game. I just kind of lowered my expectations and seen where they could tackle it differently, but I was right in the locations being different, and I'm sticking to not seeing Sid and Rocket Town until part 3, along with Wutai and a few other places that we're not going to visit. So I am ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Are you? Let me know. Thank you for watching or listening. However you took this video, I don't mind. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, be notified of the content, because we're going to go hard in with the Rebirth stuff, and support the channel. Thumbs up button, comments, you know the drill. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.